How's it going? Andrew Barr with Producing in the Box, where I teach you how to make incredible sounding music with nothing else but just a laptop. So I have gotten a ton of questions about, well, can I mix really good sounding vocals only using Studio One plugins or any stock DAW plugins? And the answer is yes. And in fact, you can get a surprisingly great result. And to prove it to you, I have made a free preset that you can get just by clicking the link in the description. So if you use Studio One 5, click the link in the description. It works with both professional and artist, but you have to be updated to 5.5 at least. And if you use Studio One Artist, you won't be able to use the multi-band compression, but that's fine because it's not doing a whole bunch. And if you don't use Studio One, there is also the Ultimate Guide to Recording Vocals at Home down in the description below, where I go through what compression is, what EQ is, how to get great sounding vocals anywhere in your house. So I also have a gift for the people that aren't Studio One users as well. So now, without further ado, let's get into the video. All right, so I want to show you how you can actually use the presets. So you are going to want to create a new track, and we can call this Vox. We're going to click OK. And this is the channel here. When you click the link in the description, you're going to download a zip file. You're going to want to, if you're in Windows, right click, and you can click extract here, or basically the same thing in Mac. And then you're going to get this preset here. You're literally just going to click and drag this directly to your channel here. And you should see that add effects on channel Vox, and then let go. And there you go. All right, so let's take a listen to the song. And this channel preset here is the official release. So this is what I used for the official release, and this stock plugin setting here is what I used for the presets that I am giving you. And I got them to sound what I think is almost identical, and I'll let you be the judge. So let's listen to the original mix here.
You can count on me, can I count on you? I will always be right beside you.
And now the stock plugins.
Through the highs and lows, I will always know you will always be right beside me. And if you fall down, I will pick you up. I will always be.
So they are sounding really similar. And honestly, that's just a testament to how great the stock plugins are inside of Studio One. So let's go through these plugins and see what I'm actually doing. So all of these vocals were recorded with actually this microphone that's in front of me here, which is the SM58, and it was recorded into my interface and then directly into the software. So we have a little bit of EQ here. I'm rolling off some of the low end, and there's a little bit of boominess down here at 200. And a little bit of honkiness at 500. And then I just boosted the high end from about a little bit more than 2K on up. And this is what only the EQ sounds like.
You can count on me, can I count on you? I will always be right beside you through the highs and lows.
Yeah, so the EQ is actually doing the most of the work for this vocal, and it sounds absolutely killer. Now, the next thing that we have is the compressor, and I always have my compressor in stages. I don't always ever just use one compressor. I always make sure that I use 2 or 3, because if you try to do all the compression with one compressor, it doesn't quite give you that like in your face sound that you get, and you might get a little bit more of a like a pumping thing, and that's not really what we're looking for. So here is the EQ and then the compressor, just the first compressor.
You can count on me.
And I'm really just taming those transients and just trying to kind of like level everything out.
Through the highs and lows, I will always know you will always be right beside me. And if you fall down.
So it's giving it just a little bit of just leveling everything out and making things even. Now, the second compressor, that's where I'm really bringing up the volume and I'm putting that vocal in your face. So here is without.
You can count on me, can I count on you? I will always be right beside you.
And then with it.
Through the highs and lows, I will always know you will always be right.
So I'm really bringing that vocal like right up in your face, and I have a pretty fast attack and pretty fast release on it. I've put up the input gain just a little bit, and the ratio is at a 10:6. So it's really really, really tight and really in your face.
You can count on me, can I count on you?
Now the next, this is one of my favorite plugins inside of Studio One. It's called Light Distortion. And what it is, it's a distortion plugin or an overdrive plugin, but it works really, really well for adding some analog style saturation. And it really can make a vocal cut through the mix and set right up where you want it to. So let's take a listen to it.
You can count on me, can I count on you? I will always be right beside you. Through the highs and lows, I will always know you will always be right beside me.
It adds a lot of warmth. It kind of smooths out the high end just a little bit and really puts the vocal right up front. And one more thing that we have here is the MultiBand Dynamics or MultiBand compression. And if you are using Studio One Artist 5.5 or higher, you're not going to have this specific plugin, but that's okay. If you're using Professional, then this applies to you. But all I'm really doing is I'm kind of using it as a de-esser, and I'm getting some of that 2K kind of tamed just a little bit, and a little bit of the low end under control, and that's about it.
You can count on me, can I count on you? I will always be right beside you. Through the highs and lows.
So there's not a lot that goes on in the MultiBand Dynamics plugin here, but it's just enough to kind of set things just a little bit more inside of the mix. But if you don't have this and you're using Studio One Artist, you're going to be doing just fine. Now I will send this to the vocal bus here. And that's where my reverbs and delays will kind of set. And now let's go back and forth between the stock plugins and the not stock plugins.
Through the highs and lows, I will always know you will always be right beside me.
All right, let's do it in the mix.
You can count on me, can I count on you? I will always be right beside you.
So as you can see, the stock Studio One plugins are more than enough to get incredible sounding vocal recordings at home. You can mix them, process them, and they sound absolutely killer right inside of Studio One. So I don't want anything to hold you back this year from making music. This is why I created this channel. I don't use any outboard gear at all. And in fact, I think you shouldn't. And that's why I created this channel. Here at Producing in the Box, we just want to hear your music. So like always, go create.